As we get closer to the start of a new generation for Nintendo, I find myself looking back on their amazing consoles from the past. There's the groundbreaking 3D technology of the N64, the pixelated perfection of the Game Boy Advance, the unbridled creativity of the GameCube, the dual-screen innovation of the DS, the incredible uniqueness of the Wii, and of course, the terrific hybrid design of the Switch. But there's one era of Nintendo consoles that stands out the most to me when it comes to personality and charm. It's the combination of the 3DS and Wii U, from around 2011 to 2017. These two systems are packed full of fun details, great applications, smooth menus, and amazing music. And it all comes together to make something that feels really special. Nintendo was able to make some phenomenal games during this time period, and the consoles themselves had so much going for them in a lot of different ways. So I'm going to try and figure out what it is that makes these two systems so memorable to me, and go over why I think this is the most magical era of Nintendo consoles. Of course, a lot of my strong feelings towards these consoles are probably due to nostalgia, but on this channel I embrace my nostalgia fully, so don't expect me to be objective or anything. I think the strong identity the 3DS and Wii U have is a combination of lots of little things, adding up to something greater than the sum of its parts. It's stuff like the daily log feeling like your own little personal journal, or the abundance of system music scattered across all the different menus. There's unique music tracks that only play during the very first time you set up your console, and they're incredibly atmospheric. There's nothing quite like finally getting a 3DS system for your birthday or Christmas, and being greeted with this song early in the morning when the excitement of the gift is still radiating through the air. What's really cool about these two systems to me is that they both serve very different purposes. The 3DS works as a more personalized and individual console, while the Wii U aims to be a shared experience that will become the centerpiece of your house and bring people together. The two consoles have similar atmospheres, but they're still different enough to feel very unique. The 3DS is more of a and the Wii U feels more like There's something so great about having smaller scale, more bite-sized games available on the go, and then having the full HD console games tied to your TV. It may sound crazy to say I miss when Nintendo's consoles were split between home and portable, and of course the Switch is the perfect in-between that fills the needs of both styles, but I do think having two separate consoles made each experience feel just a bit more special. The 3DS does stuff the Wii U can't, and the Wii U offers things the 3DS isn't capable of. I remember a summer where I split my time between playing Wind Waker HD on the TV in my living room and playing A Link Between Worlds on the go while we were on vacation or just driving around. The interesting thing to me is that I was always excited to switch between the two. After playing lots of Wii U, being able to play anywhere on my 3DS felt great, like the physical limits of the hardware had disappeared. But after spending lots of time on the go with my 3DS, returning home and seeing the gorgeous HD graphics on the TV felt great too, like I was jumping back into the full immersive Nintendo experience. Each system has their own limitations, but they work together beautifully to highlight each other's strengths, making each one stronger as a result. Right out of the box, the 3DS comes with amazing applications like Street Pass, Face Raiders, AR games, both a camera and music player, Mii Maker, eShop, Activity Log, and more. And the system would later get even more terrific additions like customizable themes that not only change the visuals of your home screen, but also the sound effects and music on top of that. All of these offerings have their own personality and charm, and help make the console feel like a part of your gaming experience, rather than just being simple menus designed to get you in and out of games as fast as possible. I'm sure there are plenty of people who prefer the more simple approach to menu design, which I fully understand, but for me, I miss all the unique features and apps these systems used to offer. Make no mistake, being a Wii U owner was absolutely miserable at times, but I still think there's a whole lot of stuff from that era that deserves to be remembered and not thrown out with everything else. Not only did the eShop have a more inviting interface with fun visuals and music, but the music would change to better match the current game releases or time frame. Around the holidays, here's some delightful Christmas-themed music. New Zelda game coming out? Now there's this goofy song from Twilight Princess playing. The layout and games featured would also change pretty regularly as well, making checking in on the eShop really fun. I also think the value of Miiverse is something that only grows the farther away we get from its closure. Having a somewhat safe environment to talk Nintendo games with other Wii U owners was so great. I'm sure it would be a lot more chaotic in the modern day and would eventually descend into madness like everything else, but it worked for this console really well. Checking in to see posts from Sakurai or people helping each other out without having to resort to an impersonal guide. It made you feel like you were a part of this small Wii U community, and you never felt alone. Of course, the games themselves are a big part of what made using these systems so amazing. Whether it's Tomodachi Life on the 3DS or Splatoon on the Wii U, there were so many creative games that constantly gave me a reason to turn these systems on. I could list off countless games from this time period that mean a lot to me. Animal Crossing New Leaf, Nintendo Land, Kid Icarus Uprising, Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze, Pilot Wings Resort, and Smash Bros. On both. But as much as I played these fantastic games, I also spent a lot of time just browsing the eShop, adding games to my wishlist, scrolling through Miiverse until I see something unhinged, seeing what games I played the most in my activity log, or shaking my 3DS so I can earn enough play coins to play more Find Me in the Street Pass Plaza. I remember being in my friend's basement one time while he was playing Hyrule Warriors on his Wii U, and I was just playing that Star Fox-like side mode in the music player on my 2DS to the beat of Fireflies by Owl City. So not only did these consoles have strong libraries of great games, but there was a terrific user interface surrounding those games that made everything even better. I still absolutely love the sort of clean, bubbly atmosphere these two consoles had. It's just really pleasant to look at and listen to, and it combines with nostalgia perfectly. I guess I just miss when the systems themselves were part of the appeal, and you could spend time using these consoles without even playing games and still have lots of fun. Street Pass is a genius idea that elegantly cultivates a community of 3DS players, and it's sad to see it slowly drift into obscurity. And the more welcoming home screens made the simple act of switching between games or messing with settings an enjoyable experience. Nostalgia is an interesting emotion. It's a sort of beautiful pain. A mix of positive memories with the sadness of knowing you could never really go back to those simpler times. While I don't think it's healthy to exist only in the past, it's comforting to remember who we used to be and the things we used to love every once in a while. Nintendo consoles are so much more than a simple gaming system when you're a kid. They're an entrance to different worlds, where you can forget about your tough day at school or connect with your friends over shared gaming moments. And what's so great about both the 3DS and the Wii U is that Nintendo seemed to put as much effort as they could into making that entrance a fun and inviting place that you wanted to spend time in. It's hard for me to see through my rose-tinted glasses at times, and I guess the deeper question is whether or not I would even want to. These two consoles mean so much to me, as they've given me countless memories that are filled with nothing but happiness and childlike bliss. I'm sure if I was a fully grown adult during this era of Nintendo consoles, I wouldn't feel this strongly. But that's the sort of sad yet beautiful thing, isn't it? You only get to live through your childhood once, and it's over before you can even look around and appreciate it. The 3DS and Wii U were both incredible consoles that made my younger days a bit brighter, and I'll always love them for their amazing sense of magic and fun. There's so much more I could say, but words will never be able to truly capture everything I want to get across. I just hope Nintendo is looking back at their past consoles with love and respect like so many of us do, as I think there's a lot to learn from what these systems were able to accomplish. Of course, I want whatever the next system ends up being to take more inspiration from the 3DS and Wii U, but maybe it's unrealistic to expect any other console to make me feel the same way. Whatever ends up happening, I know I'll always keep playing and enjoying these systems for what they are, and remembering what made them so special. I'd love to hear your stories and memories with the 3DS or Wii U. I know I'm not the only one who loves this era of Nintendo. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see ya in the next one.